What's up, YouTube? Eric here, and in tonight's free video, we're taking a look at the Russell here. So Sunday night coming into the markets, Russell was going to be my guide as to, hey, where can we go from here? And I thought we had the opportunity to pull back into 20, 35, 40s here first on the week, and then we could rally up into 2089s. Well, if you look, we traded 2088.80s today. That is basically right up there into those 2089s. And at this point, we've started to come off pretty decent there, right? About 14 points or so. We've sold off, maybe even a little bit more here in after hours. And this was my game plan coming into the day. So right here, I'm talking about there's a level above at 2089 for the Russells. I'm thinking that we'll try and trade that today/tomorrow. And then from there, it would make sense to see a move down into 20, 35, 40s. And then now the question becomes is, how do we play it from there, and what is it that we're looking for? So with this broader indexes at the moment, I'm looking to see if we can't start that pullback here down into 2035s for the Russell, which means that in the S&Ps we've got room to pull down into 51.82 quarters, and then maybe even a bit more from there. So my game plan going into the rest of this week at the moment, which it's been kind of a weird week just from a volume standpoint. So something we've talked about each morning has been just that, we did 120,000 contracts yesterday, 130,000 contracts this morning, and that's much lower than what the norm would be of what we would be looking for and what we're kind of used to with this market. So this rally that we've managed to get over the past couple of days here has been on light volume. Now, does that mean that it gets completely erased and it's not real price action or any of those things? And the answer is I really just don't know, right? At this point, it makes sense that we do start to see a little bit of a pullback. But if we continue to go higher, I'm not going to try and fight that. And the way in which I like to play the upside at the moment is through Google. So I do have a small position on in Google so far. We were able to pick up some entries basically right down over in here today. Just right around 170.28 here was the level for us to get above and break and all that. And we did that pretty decently today here. So we're holding some swings out into next week. And this one I really like, and I think it has the potential to trade up into 181.86s. Now, one that I'm going to be stalking to the downside here, which was also in the morning right up here, is Tesla. So Tesla under the lows from yesterday could catch some weakness, and if we do need a short later on, that would be the one. Now, if we take a look at Tesla here, in after hours, we're still pushing a little bit lower here now, but during the day, we just got an immediate quick drop right off of the open here, and this thing held relatively weak all day long, considering what the rest of the markets were doing there. So I am going to be looking for potentially further downside action in here. The first target in there is going to be at 172.51s. And this maybe changes up the weekly, daily structure in here across the board for Tesla. And it could actually start to get rather ugly to the downside again, and maybe revisit back towards those 140s and change. Real quick to cover gold, it has done absolutely nothing this week. We got a big gap up, went sideways, gapped back down, rallied up, went sideways. So gold has been a non-contender so far this week. And then Bitcoin, basically same thing here. It got the gap up on Monday. It tried to go higher, tried to go lower, and then kind of settled out here. And it's just hanging right around this $64,000 number. There's no real trend here at the moment in either of these two markets. So the focus is still going to continue to be on some of these individual names, and then also the Russell to maybe start to get that pullback for us. So if we take a look at the NASDAQ, that level down here is going to be 18,089s that I think the NASDAQ can have some room to drop into. And with this, I think it would be only fitting if we look at the divergence from today, which was right up here into highs. So S&P's signals up here on the day, NASDAQ signals up here on the day saying, hey, S&P's new high, NASDAQ new highs, Russell, Dow didn't end up getting those highs. And then from there, we managed to catch a nice little rollover there of about 100 points here. So there is a little bit of weakness in this market coming from this general area so far. Again, right up in towards that 2089 level here for the Russell. So buying the dip over the next day or so may take an extra dip on us here. So we'll see if that ends up unfolding and the market plays out in the way in which it's starting to look so far. But at the moment, that's all I got. A pretty weird week so far across the board, but still continuing to manage it pretty well. So no complaints, and did nothing, absolutely nothing yesterday. And then took 3 for 3 so far on the day, and just looking to continue to manage that out according for the rest of the week, and excuse me, and hopefully the market gives us some good opportunities. So I'll leave it with that. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Hope it helps, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.